But this approach, in my opinion, can come off very daunting. Go do something crazy in the marketplace and then get people to, and by the way, all these people I described, Dave Ramsey, Daily Wire, Tim Ross, all the same model. Go work for someone for a season, understand everything it takes to grow, get paid to practice, and then slowly pivot over to
Ruslan.
Check this clip out, and I want to break a couple things down because sometimes I think when we think about starting said project, you think like this, right? You think like this, and this is not a wrong way to do it. There's not a wrong way. If you're jumping into something, there's not a wrong way to do it, right? There's not a wrong way to do it. There's just different ways to do it with regards to big projects, but this approach, in my opinion, can come off very daunting.
How much does it cost to run like a YouTube team like you're doing?
I think this year we'll spend around $500,000 plus just on the team. We have a producer, we have a video editor, we have an intern, we have a copywriter, we have freelance videographers pretty much every single time. This year I'll probably lose about 100,000.
How many videos are you putting out roughly?
3 a month. Last year I think we did about 150 videos. This year I think we'll do around 35. And the traffic this year doubled, the revenue was more, like everything was better.
So here, this gentleman, his name is Noah, and his channel is really dope. His channel is all about interviewing wealthy people and how they made their money. It's really interesting. And so I think what happens, though, is when people see stuff like this, he's dropping $500,000 on running his YouTube channel. He's taking a $100,000 L. And he said he did 150 videos last year, and I think he said 30 videos this year. Now, when we hear those sorts of approaches, it's a different level of intensity, right? It's a different level of intensity. It's a different level of how you build something. And in YouTube, there's usually 2 ways, or in any online platform, there's usually 2 ways. There's 3 ways. I'll give you the 2 simplest one. And if you guys want the bonus one, I'll tell you the bonus one. Way number 1 is you become really successful at something. You get booming at something, you go build a business, you go do something important, you go do something, and then you take the profits from said thing and you build a business on the side. This is how most entrepreneurs build their YouTube channels, right? So think Alex Hormozy, think Grant Cardone, think Gary Vee, think, okay, you guys following along? So you build something huge, and then you have the net positive cash flow to go and hire a team. And in his case, I think he comes from tech. They're spending $500,000 a year. That's the way to do it. And my buddy, I'm friends with some of these guys. I'm friends with Ryan Panetta. Ryan, I believe, spends $40,000 a month for all of his output of his content. He has multiple full-time people. He has a studio. He had, right, all this stuff, about $40,000 a month. Okay? So when you do the numbers on that, $40,000 a month comes out to $500,000 a year. So I know people that do this model. I'm not saying this model's wrong. This is a very common model. Go do something crazy in the marketplace and then get people to come over and work for you while you build something, okay? Hey, you may not know I make music, but I have a brand new song that just came out. Here's a quick preview.
I went from being a porn addict to sharing the gospel with a porn actress who was criticized for being low status by the same OnlyFans who treat us so lavish. I'm confused.
I swear y'all thought he did doing podcasts, hot takes. He still can rap.
Now, this is my first song that I've released in over a year, so I need you to go to Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you consume music and stream Too Soon right now. Add it to your favorite playlist, share it with a friend. So hit the link in the description or go to RuslanToTheMoon.com to stream Too Soon now. I'll see you over there.
Ooh, ooh, oh, they got me with the dramatics. You knew that a moment cannot be.
This is the Alex Hormozy, and there's entire agencies now built around this. There's entire agencies built around this. The only thing I could really point to in our niche that's similar to this, and this is not a dig. Please do not hear me as someone that is a dick, because this is a dear friend of mine. He's going to be on a podcast soon. The only person I could really think of in our space that's kind of doing something similar to this is Tim Ross in The Basement. Tim Ross was amazing at pastoring a church in the DFW area. He crushed it, and God was able to orchestrate and ordain some people to kind of come around him. I think he told me he did a podcast, and then the team around the podcast offered to do his podcast, and so he hired a team of people to shoot, edit, do all the thumbnails, do all the shorts, do all the clips, right? So Tim can show up and just do what Tim does, which is be an incredible, impeccable communicator, show his scars, lead with vulnerability, have really timely messages, right? So that's the only kind of parallel I can give it within the Christian niche is Tim Ross. I haven't really seen anybody implement that strategy in this space, right? And as you guys notice, he implemented that strategy. And so what happened? His platform grew very fast. Why? Because he was already in a sweet spot. Yeah, legit. I don't know what you mean, legit podcast company. But yes, they're an agency of sorts. There's a couple guys, they're really good guys. They love Jesus. And so Tim is able to just flow in his gifting of just being an incredible communicator. And Tim's also older, so he has the pastoral thing down. He's been a pastor at multiple churches. He was a lead pastor at his church. He just transitioned into doing this full time. So the growth becomes faster and more accelerated when you can afford to just focus on your thing and hire someone else to do all the stuff you don't want to do. Okay, that's one way. That's the way that's being described. Okay. Another way is real simple, and I won't go into a lot of details on this. Another way is to go sit underneath somebody else's platform and essentially grow your own platform. So if you watch any of the Daily Wire people, that's what's happening. Matt Walsh grew a little bit, but then it was when he signed with Daily Wire that he really exploded because he had a nicer set, nicer studio, nicer budgets. Brett Cooper, relatively unknown, but she was able to get partnered with Daily Wire. She has her own YouTube channel. I don't know how the contracts are set up, but she's leveraging someone else's audience. Brett is able to leverage Daily Wire, which is really leveraging Ben Shapiro's initial platform, and she's building her thing within that ecosystem. So this is more of like my buddy John Acuff, who sat with Dave Ramsey. You guys know who John Acuff is? One of my favorite authors, right? You also have Anthony O'Neill. You guys know who Anthony O'Neill is, right? He sat underneath Dave Ramsey, and then he branched out and he's doing his own thing, his own YouTube channel. And so you have different approaches. Now, the third approach is the road less traveled. It's what I call the scenic route. Okay, yes, Sauce with Valuetainment. Yes, absolutely. Sauce with Valuetainment, right? Even though Sauce was kind of like he was like a little, how would you describe Sauce? He was in the mix, man. Sauce was in the mix, and he was in that circle, right? But the last way is the way that we do here, right? Which is I went and did it for someone else. I developed the skills to immerse myself into the details, to immerse myself where you develop the skill, maybe doing it for someone else, or maybe just immersing yourself in all of the details, learning the camera, learning the tech, learning a system to create your own thing. And by the way, all these people I described, Dave Ramsey, Daily Wire, Tim Ross, all the same model, long form streams into what? Individual size clips, into what? Into shorts. It's actually the same model. I didn't even think about that while I was coming up with this talk. It's the same exact model, if you think about it, right? And so those are the three macro ways of like how to build a YouTube online business, if you will. And none of them are wrong. They're just different for different people. Some of you guys have a grace over your life to go and build something in the marketplace. You have the grace over your life. You have the mind. You have the ability to see things in the market and provide problems. You have the ability to do this and go and build a 7-figure or 8-figure business. I know people that have done this, right? I know people that have done this. And I'm friendly with Ryan Pineda. I'm friendly with Pedro. I'm friendly with Sean Cano. I'm friendly with folks, right, who have done this. They built 7-8-figure businesses, and then they, pivot and hired the team and the agency to build out their platform. But in my opinion, this is my humble opinion, I also think there's something powerful about developing the scarce skills around media and storytelling and leveraging them to help other people, because you could find someone that you maybe can help build an agency for or with, go work for someone for a season, understand everything it takes to grow, get paid to practice, and then slowly pivot over to launching your own thing or launching your own thing outside. And that's essentially what I did. Like that's what I did and I'm still constantly always learning, always reevaluating, always updating, always in the minutia. I still edit videos till this day. We have Zach who edits videos. We have Chris that comes in twice a week to edit video. I still edit videos. I still even work on shorts, which I don't find myself very good at. Right. But and so I'm in the minutia of the thing. But what makes it unique is that if anything were to ever happen to my team, I could hold it down. I could be in all of the details, all the weeds, the retention, the strategy, the thumbnails. And so like when Zach took this last week off for Christmas, I was able to keep things going seamlessly. And we had one of our best weeks without our COO here. Why? Because things could keep going even if our number 2 isn't here, right? And so as you're considering these things, as you're processing these things, as you are thinking about how and what you want to build with regards to a YouTube channel, with regards to an online audience, with regards to, hey, I have a problem that needs to be solved. I have a product, but I need to figure out how to build an audience. Consider these things, right? Sometimes you might already have a product that's very profitable and you can hire out the right team. Or maybe the product is the skill set and you slowly build the products on the back end of it, which in our case, we don't have a ton of bottom of the funnel products. I'm not sure if you guys know what I mean, but like a lot of these other businesses, not Tim, but like Ryan Panetta, like there's digital products, there's courses, there's the live events with Grant Cardone, so on and so forth. With what we do, like we built the audience and now we're adding products. Now we're adding products on the back end. So we have like a free Master My Habits course. We're going to have a Master My Habits 2 course. That's going to be even better. A portion of that will be behind a paywall. We have we're going to put together a deconstruction-proof apologetics course, right? So we're figuring out the model of the profiting on the back end, and everything right now is just driving people to a Patreon, a monthly subscription, because eventually we want to build our own app Daily Wire media company like that, like basically a similar model. Hey, this clip is from our daily after party stream. If you enjoyed it, consider signing up for our Patreon community for only $5 a month, where you get access to the replays of our daily after party streams, as well as the uncut extended versions of our podcast, Discord access that's private, and a discount code for our merch store, only $5 a month. And ultimately, it's the best way to help us contextualize the gospel of Jesus using media, podcasting, and of course, YouTube. The link for that is in the description or in the pinned comment. The perks are amazing. You should get on there. It's only $5 a month. I'll see you over there, all right? Peace.